I never imagined my marriage could reach a point like this. The kind where silence weighs more than any argument ever could. For years, I trusted her. I believed that even when we clashed, she would meet me halfway. Last week proved how wrong I was, and the memory still stuns me every time I replay it. It began with a trip she had been planning with her friends. From the outside, it seemed harmless, a short getaway, a break from everyday life. But deep down, something felt off. I couldn't put my finger on it. Maybe it was the timing. Maybe it was the way she avoided my gaze when we talked about it. Or maybe it was instinct, the kind that gnaws at you when something is wrong. I told her over and over that I wasn't comfortable with her going. Not because I want to control her, not because I want to trap her, but because something inside me screamed this wasn't right for us. Lately, our small arguments have been piling up, building tension I couldn't ignore. I feared this trip would push us further apart instead of bringing us closer. She didn't care. She dismissed my worries like they were meaningless. I need this. You're overreacting, she said, her tone flat, rehearsed. Then she packed her bags right in front of me, indifferent to the storm brewing in my chest. Watching her wheel her suitcase out felt like watching a stranger walk away, not the woman I had married. That night, I sat alone in the living room, staring at the door she'd just left through. I thought about calling, texting, begging her to reconsider. But the more I thought, the harder something inside me became. Why chase someone who didn't care about my feelings? Why hold on when she had already let go? So I made a choice. I didn't yell. I didn't smash anything. I didn't cry. I simply disappeared. I turned off my phone, cut every line of communication, and vanished from her world. No messages, no updates, nothing. I wanted her to feel what it's like when the person you rely on suddenly isn't there. Hours passed, then night fell. For the first time in years, my phone didn't light up with her name. No goodnight texts, no calls, nothing. I told myself maybe she hadn't noticed yet. Maybe she was too wrapped up in her trip. But as the silence stretched on, it became heavy, almost unbearable. By morning, something inside me had shifted. I didn't regret vanishing. I felt calm, like I had finally reclaimed control in a situation where I felt powerless for too long. I went through my day as if nothing had happened, but inside, I was waiting to see how she would react when she realized I was gone. Then it happened. Late afternoon, a knock at the door. At first, I ignored it, but the knocking grew insistent, desperate. My heart pounded as I approached. When I opened the door, she stood there, eyes red, suitcase at her feet. Nothing like the confident woman who had left just a day before. She didn't look carefree. She looked shattered, terrified. For a long moment, neither of us spoke. The silence was suffocating. Then she whispered, "Why did you disappear?" I studied her face, searching for sincerity, remorse, anything real. Finally, I spoke words I kept buried for too long. "Because you left me long before I left you." Tears spilled down her cheeks as she stumbled through explanations, insisting the trip wasn't what I thought, begging me to understand. But the details didn't matter anymore. What mattered was the truth. The woman I had trusted with my life didn't care enough to stay when I needed her most. Her pleas broke, her voice trembling, but my mind had already moved on. I wasn't angry. I wasn't shouting. I wasn't even sad. I was free. For the first time, I saw clearly. Sometimes the loudest betrayal isn't lies or cheating. It's the simple act of walking away when someone asks you to stay. That day changed everything. She stood on my porch, broken and begging, but I had already made my choice. I wasn't going to vanish again. I was going to move forward without her. As I closed the door, leaving her behind, I realized something I should have known all along. Love without respect isn't love at all.